Hey everyone, how are y'all doing today? I have a very special video. I've actually got the chance and opportunity to speak with the Good Nature Product Company, especially one of the higher management leaders out there. And his name is Spencer Churchill, the Director of Investors Relations page. I will be sharing with you guys some of his comments and also my reaction to some of his comments on the questions I've asked him today. And so thank you very much, Spencer, for doing the interview with me. And I hope, this video would give my audience a better more awareness of the company and considering, trying out your products and also possibly investing in this company as well, especially the value that I see your company provides. And so we're going to get started on the first question that I've asked him. The first question I asked Spencer was what he thought about, the most impactful and realistic opportunity for the company to become the market leader of earth-friendly products. And his answer was that, they're super focused on growing as fast as possible and, becoming, helping accelerating the revolution of plant-based products, into affecting customers as well as the environment, which was quite a general answer. And I was, thinking like whether they would require more companies or probably be an accusation to other companies as well. So that was a very general answer. But the other thing that I talked about was that are they really focused on certain business groups? Their 5 business groups is basically packaging goods, food services, commercial products, industry goods, and services design. And I asked them, like, is there one that is like specifically much greater potential than the other? And he said that there is there's opportunity everywhere, and so they're gonna really focus on all, especially on working on all the margins for all of these different segments and having a good mix of them, instead of really specifically focusing on one at the time. And with that answer, I feel like that is true. In your business, you want to really expand upon not just one market segment but also multiple ones and see how you can mix them together and possibly could become very successful in all of them, not just in one. Second question I asked them was what kind of competitive challenges as well as companies this company is facing and also could impact them from becoming the market leader. He talked about 2 things. Number 1 was specifically the business to business perception between petroleum-based packaging products versus plant-based. It's trying to, in a way, prove that plant-based products are actually, just as efficient and just as usable as petroleum-based, as well as that the production costs of these plant-based products isn't like so expensive that it's not doable. It's doable at a fair price, and switching to these types of products is actually much better for the environment as well. And as this company is continuing to grow, they also want to consider how they manage their staff properly and also their human capital, right? You don't want your staff to be very tired and burnt out and all. So really managing staff, I guess, well-being in a way. Those are the 2 main factors he talked about that the companies are going to face. Next question I asked him was how the coronavirus, changed his business model, and as we go back to normal lives again, what kind of consumer and industry trends that he sees will happen. Spencer said that instead of really strengthening the business model, it really showed the resilience instead. How they have a diversified market segment that if one part suffers, like the restaurant business suffers, they have the other food services like the groceries, the grocery centers and all, and that business offset and help the restaurant business as well. And as we slowly go back to normal, he didn't really talk about much foreseeing any much changes. Obviously with customers and people wanting to go out more now and spending a little bit more money, I see like a good amount of sales from consumers spending more. And that's how I see it in a way of things. Obviously with these it's hard to predict, and so it's just curious to see what kind of answer he'll give me for that question. My next question was a very interesting one that I asked, and one of my favorite ones. I asked him how the business model has evolved since the beginning, especially the change in consumer demand and perception for plant-based products. And he talked about how it wasn't really until maybe a few years ago how it all began with the revolution of plant-based food. How people want to strive for a healthier lifestyle and for a better, greener planet and all. So that really helped out and drove the awareness and sale of plant-based packaging products. It would make sense to have a plant-based food product in a plant-based packaging, right? Instead of a petroleum one, right? Which really can't be compostable or really recyclable in a way sometimes. And so that has become one of the main drivers. Instead of them, you would say like 5 years ago, they would have to push out their product to customers, and now customers are reversed. Customers are demanding more of their product. They don't have to be as initiative compared to before. And also with Canada regulations and all, the push for a greener planet, that has helped them in some way, right? And so there's a lot of different, you can say, tailwinds helping this company, and this is a great place that they are at right now, and it's just for them to continue executing, especially their different market segments, and producing much better products at affordable prices. That's what it is, and that's how I saw this business evolving, in the past, and now in the current, and now going to the future. We next talked about the company's profitability and its path to it. We know the revenue has been increasing year over year, growing nicely. So I asked him, what does he feel about profitability? And is that something they're focused on right now, or something that they'll focus on later in the future? Spencer mentioned how growth starts and ends with growth. As long as they produce enough growth, it's gonna make their valuation much more attractive to become acquired by other companies, as well as it would naturally help out with the profitability of the business. So it's quite a, general answer on that. When I asked him when do I see them becoming profitable, he just really mentions about looking at future, analysis and forecasts and all. So didn't really give me much about that, and so that's something I still want to figure out and keep a close eye on, especially on their quarterly reports. How they're minimizing the business expenses, what are they doing to increase their margin, so most of the revenue are actually going back into net income. The next question asked about their product manufacturing. I specifically wanted to know how much percentage they're doing it inside the company and how much is outsourced production for other companies. Right now it's actually 40% in-house and 60% outsourced. And Spencer also mentioned how they do want to increase their in-house production, but that really relates to how year-to-year production and performance of their sales and products. Obviously, with a better in-house production, you get to control your margins and profitability, right? That's something that related to my profitability question. So having more in-house production, your own facilities, your own factories, that helps you a lot more with your access to your products, as well as your margin profitability as well. I asked Spencer about his vision for the Good Nature products, and he really emphasized how this company wants to become a one-stop shop, meaning a super convenient place, or this great supplier that has all your products and materials for consumers and all for convenient access. And that's how he sees it. He wants to really expand these products, so there's a whole assortment available for everyone at a convenient and also affordable pricing, and very easily accessible. That's what it is. That's the vision that they're trying to build, and it's just the beginning. We'll see what it is in a few years from now. All right, so I tried to ask for any new exciting, news or development that he could share with me. But obviously, as you know, as a company management, can't share that. So he just told me to, expect some new products coming in the future, as well as mergers and acquisition deals and all in the next, 1 to 2 years and all. And then keep an eye on the earnings report. I tried. Last question I asked Spencer was, what do you think investors don't fully understand about this business and that you'd like to tell them? He mentioned two main points. One being that the transition from petroleum-based products to plant-based products isn't as hard as it seems. The process, the systems to creating it isn't much different than what it is. And so it's just really mainly convincing companies that, and having companies understand that this process isn't too difficult and it's still economically sound. And that goes with consumers as well, right? Consumers might think, oh, this is really expensive and all, but no, this is an affordable option as well. That's what it is to the environment. And secondly, he also mentioned how the Good Nature Product Company isn't just a plant-based, but also a commercial company that really focuses on retail, on helping customers and the main industry itself, almost how they have behind every product is really thought out, detailed, and they want to be able to make sure that consumers and all businesses economically could save from switching to this product instead of petroleum. And that's what it is. That's what they're really mainly focusing on, and that's something they hope investors are able to understand. Probably a lot will overlook this point, but just knowing how this is a business as well, and how this business is trying to help other businesses and also daily consumers. After my conversation with Spencer, I felt more secured and confident for my investment. The Good Nature Product Company, in my mind, is a company that focuses on consumer and the environment first rather than themselves. And that's something that's really big. That's something that aligns with my value, how you want to be selfless in life and you want to focus on others instead of always starting off with a me mentality. So I learned a lot from the interview with Spencer, so thank you very much for teaching me a lot about the company as well as upcoming vision and future plans and all. Now, personally for me, what am I going to do with this stock? I'm actually going to continue to hold my position right now. This interview has actually helped me really solidify my position in it, and that I'm not going to be buying more or even selling anytime soon. I want to see how this company develops in the next coming years. As Spencer talked about, becoming a one-stop supply place for consumers and businesses, I see that as well. Not only helping out businesses, but also creating big, significant impact on consumers' lifestyle. And that's what it is. I hope you all learned something from this video today. It's been very long, but this interview was very informative and certainly a big life achievement of mine, being able to interview someone like that. And so thank you very much for watching, and I hope you all get a chance to check out this company and possibly try some of their products as well. So until next time, see y'all later.